Hello, Deep in Inspiration Hub here. So I uploaded a video just yesterday about how to set up your Aethir checker node on a Windows PC, and we got a lot of feedback that people would also be interested in how to install this on a VPS or a Linux server. So the instruction on the official setup page also includes this section. The only part that was missing actually is about how to install this from a command interface, how to install the software that you have downloaded from the command interface. And here I would like to give a huge thanks to this guy here. I do not know exactly who it is. I couldn't find a name, but I'll put this setup guide in the description section. He provided a very nice systematic way as to how you're going to install this on your Linux server. So basically everything on the everything on the official setup page, so the create wallet aspect, is covered on this tutorial. So this is where basically everything begins, and when you come down here you can see that this is where the Aethir wallet creation begins. But the previous aspects before you get here, which was not covered in the Linux CLI guide, is what this guide nicely outlined here. So we're going to do exactly what he says so that you also see how it works. I tested this out and this is working, and that's how I'm doing this video. I would also like to plead with the community that the Aethir guys are still on the testnet. I mean, the idea of the testnet is for them to be able to see what the community still needs in order to be able to set up their nodes. And here, for instance, I'm sure the Aethir team has realized that there is a bit of a gap in terms of the guide on how to install this on Linux. So I think those who are really familiar with Linux had it quite easily, but others who are not very familiar with Linux probably had this a bit difficult. So I'm pretty sure that the team is going to update this recently or soon on how to update this. Now, the prerequisite for you to be able to install the checker node, being it on a VPS, being it on a Windows, being it on a node service provider, is that you purchased a license during the public sale, and then you have received an NFT, right? So if you received an NFT, you have also received a test Aethir checker node license on the Sepolia Arbitrum network that you can use to be part of or to participate in this test network. So to be sure that you have received this, because if you haven't received this test token or this test NFT, sorry, you wouldn't be able to be part of the Aethir testnet. So just come to your MetaMask wallet that you use to purchase your license, copy your wallet address, come to not here. Just a minute, I'm going to open this page so that you can see which page that we'll need. So this is the page that we're going to be needing. It's called sepolia.abiscan.io, and just put in your wallet address here and then click on the search button. Now when you click on the search button and you go to ERC721 tokens, you should see that an NFT has been appended to your wallet. So with this NFT, you would be able to install your Aethir checker node. So in this tutorial that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do this as to how you can install this with a Linux on a Linux operating system, and technically using a VPS, but the principle remains the same if you are not doing this on a VPS, but for instance you have a Linux PC at home that you'd like to use to run your node. Now when you go down on the setup guide, so I would highly recommend that please read the setup guide. It's a very, very nicely written setup, right? And it's going to really help you in setting up your node. So they made a lot of options, so reliable options, like they say here on VPS options, that you can use to run your node. So AWS, Tencent Cloud, Hostwing, DigitalOcean, and stuff like that. So with this tutorial, I'm going to do this with DigitalOcean, because I already have an account with them, and I found it a bit just easy to just use the setup DigitalOcean to set up the VPS. I would have a link in my description section with my referral link if you would like to open an account and run your VPS on the DigitalOcean. I think they give you $200 initial credits for some days, so technically you wouldn't have to pay for the first testing service that you'll be doing. Now, what you would also need is, we would also need to cover gas fees in delegating and on delegating your node. So here you can get some free ETH tokens on Arbitrum Sepolia file sets. So just come here, put in your wallet address. So first you would have to create an account. So the account creation is free. Just click on Alchemy login, and then you can create your account. When you come here, just put in your wallet address and click on send me ETH. So you can see that this is 16 hours ago, and they allow you to get 0.5 ETH every day. So I wouldn't unfortunately be able to do this again. I did this already for the tutorial that I did yesterday, but because this is less than 24 hours, I wouldn't be able to do this for you to see. But if you want to see how I did it, just go to my YouTube channel. I can show you where it is. So this is the video that I uploaded previously, and when you go to get free ETH tokens for gas fees, you can see how I set this up. So if you want to check to see if you received your free gas or the free Ethereum tokens that you requested, just come to Abiscan like we did before, and paste in your wallet address, and then under transaction uses you should see that you received some ETH. So this is the one that I did yesterday. You can see that I received 0.5 ETH, and that is why I'm able to do the setup with you. Now before we go into the main tutorial, I would like to explain two things. So there are two aspects as to operating the checker node. So we have the checker owner portal, and basically this is where you manage your node. So by managing, what I mean is that you manage the rewards that you get from running the nodes. So like it states here, you can purchase the license on the owner portal. You can withdraw your rewards also on the owner portal. You can delegate your license to someone to run on the owner portal. When you're also running this at home, you also use this owner portal to delegate your license to that particular checker node that you're running. On the other hand side, you have the checker clients. This is basically the software that you'll be installing, the software that is going to be doing a job in terms of dedicating resources to the Aethir project to be able to run the things that they would like to run on your checker node, right? So the checker owner portal is a web-based interface. We're going to go there, you're going to see this as well. And then the checker client is the software that you're going to be installing that is basically going to do the job. Now, what is very important is that there is what is called a burner address, and basically you generate the burner address on your checker client, and this burner address is sort of a key or a connection that connects your checker client to the checker owner portal. And all this I'm going to be covering in this video so you can see how it works. Now I'm going to go to DigitalOcean. So DigitalOcean, I'll put the description, the link in the comment section, or in the description section, and you can open a free account. So the account is free, and then when you create your account, so I'll put my referral code in there, and I got to know that when you use the referral code, like I said, you get $200 free credit at the initial stages for some days. I think I'm still actually on my free credits, and then after that you would have to pay. So I think $200 is quite a good start to start with, play with on the DigitalOcean, so that you have a feeling about how this works. Now when you're on the dashboard, just click on new project, and then here I'm going to put in the project name. So here you can put in anything that you want. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to call this the Pin Inspiration Hub. You can put a description, but I'm not going to put anything there, and I'm going to select purpose. So for purpose, I'm going to choose machine learning AI data processing, because I think this comes pretty close to what Aethir is doing. And then just click on create project. And then here, I'm not going to put anything here, just click on skip for now. So after you have created your project, just come to create and then click on droplets. So basically this is going to be the server that you want to set up with. So here, just choose the region that is closest to you. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to leave this as San Francisco, and then just scroll down and choose Ubuntu. So here I also tested with the 23.10 version, and this also worked as well. And then here, this is very important. This is where you choose which resources that you would like to purchase. Now here, I would advise you to go to the Aethir checker notes and read. So here they say the minimum requirements that would be required. So for instance, you need 64 megabyte of RAM, you need a CPU with a minimum of 2.1 gigahertz, you need 16 gigabytes of space per node, and then you need 10 megabytes internet connection. So 10 megabytes per second internet connection, it's extremely cheap. I mean, not extremely cheap, but it's very, very low. So if you have if you're running your node on a reputable server, you should not have this problem at all. So DigitalOcean, like the guys recommended here, AWS, Tencent Clouds, all these are quite reputable companies, so you shouldn't have a problem there. Now here you can choose which package that you like to use. So if you use a shared GPU, of course it's way cheaper. If you use a dedicated GPU, this is quite expensive. So here I'm going to go with a shared GPU, and then you can choose, for instance, which GPU options that you would like to use. So if you want to have an NVMe SSD, you're going to pay, for instance, $28 per month, and then here you see the resources that are made available to you. So for instance, you have 4 GB of RAM, 2 AMD CPUs, 8 GB of space, 4 terabyte of transfer. I think this is a lot for what we would like to do. So I'm going to go to regular, and then here you see that they have different prices. So when you scroll back, I think I even saw exactly, you see it here, there is also a $4 a month option, but be careful, do not take this, because you can see here that you just get 10 gigabytes of SSD disk space, and then what is clearly written here is that you need 16 gigabytes of disk space. So please do not go that cheap, right? I think the best option that you can choose in terms of value for price and resource would be the $6 a month option. And then you're going to scroll down here. We're not going to choose anything. I mean, if you want to have an automated backup plan, you can choose this, but this would also come with a dedicated price. So now here, very important, we're going to SSH into our node that we're going to set up, or into our VPS server that we're going to create. So here we're going to put in your password, right? So just click on password, and then here type the password that you would like to use. So I'm going to type in my password. So I have typed in the password. So it's very interesting what the requirements are. So make sure you comply with these requirements. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to put in the password. Now, please make sure that you store this password that you are creating, because without the password, you're not going to receive an email as to where the password is stored. So you can see here, please store your password securely. You would not be sent an email containing the droplet details or password. So make sure that you store this password in a safe location so that you can connect to the server after the creation. So I'm going to scroll down here. I'm not going to choose anything. I'm going to keep this as it is. Project, we created a project of Deepin Inspiration Hub. And then please note that this is going to cost us $6 a month. And then we're going to create the droplets by clicking on create droplets. I'm going to close this here. And then here you can see that the droplets has been set up. So you can see the loading symbol here. So when this is fully loaded, we should be able to enter into our droplets. So now our droplet is created. You can see the name of our droplet is called Ubuntu, some letters like that. And then you can basically click on the droplet here, and here you can see how much bandwidth that you are using, how much your CPU usage is, how much disk and in and out is. So you can basically monitor the traffic that is going on in your VPS server here. Now what you can also do is you can just click on console here, and then basically you can go into the Linux back end of your VPS server. So you can see here we are directly logged in into the back end of our VPS server. Now I'm not going to use this approach to log in into my server. Why? Because with this approach you would always have to log in into your DigitalOcean account, come to your droplet, click on console before you can access your droplet. I'm going to do this in a different way using PowerShell. So Windows also provides a terminal that you can use basically in managing your VPS server. So just click on the start button and click on PowerShell, right? And I'm going to move this here. So when you're on the PowerShell, you're going to type in SSH, then you're going to put a space, you're going to type root at the @ symbol like you have on an email address, and then you're going to go back to your droplets, and then you're going to copy the IPv4 address. So click on copy, come back to your PowerShell and right click and type in. So when you do a right click on the PowerShell, it basically pastes everything or anything that you have in the clipboard, and then you're going to press enter. So if you are doing this for the first time, it's going to ask you that you are adding a new fingerprint, and then you just have to type in yes. So YES and then press enter, and then it would add then it will add the fingerprints. Now because I've already done this, this why you did not give me this option. And then what is very important is here is you're going to put in your password. So just go into, if you remember, I told you to save the password of your droplet. So just go and copy this somewhere, or you can also type this in here. When you come in here, just right click once. When you right click, you're not going to see anything, but this has been pasted, and just press enter. So now you see that we are connected to the Ubuntu server. Now I'm going to make a short break here just to give you a break from the codes that we are using. That is Linux, right? Linux is a very light operating system, and because there's not much of a graphical user interface, and this is also what makes it work very, very fast. Now, what are we going to do here? I'm going to take you through the checkout on our portal, right? Just to give you a breakup from all the codes that we have done so far. To connect to the checkout on our portal, just come to the tutorial, the official tutorial, scroll down here, and then you see checkout on our portal. So just click on here. This is going to open the checkout portal for you, right? And then what you're going to have to do is to connect your wallet. So because here I'm already connected to my wallet, that's why you don't see this, but I'm going to go to my MetaMask, and I'm basically going to disconnect the portal. so that it asks me to connect my wallet. So you can see here, and it now ask me to connect my wallet. So I'm just going to click on connect wallets. I'm using MetaMask, so I'm going to click on MetaMask. And then I'm going to push this here so that you see this. MetaMask is going to ask me which account. So in my case, I have several accounts on my MetaMask wallets. That's why it's asking me which account to use. So I'm going to choose the first account here because that is where I have the TESTNET NFT appended. I'm going to select this and I'm going to click on next and I'm going to click on connect. And then what is important is that, like I said, the testnet is running on Arbitrum Sepolia. So you're going to have to, currently my MetaMask has the Ethereum mainnet active. So it's just going to ask me to switch to the Arbitrum Sepolia. Now, this is also very important because I saw in the previous video that people were asking that they can't see the Sepolia network. So if this is not appended to your MetaMask wallets, MetaMask is automatically going to ask you if you want to add this network to your network by just clicking yes or something like that. This would be added to your MetaMask network. So if you can check my previous video, I think I also had covered this section in my video, so you can also see how this works. So because here I already have this, I'm just going to click on switch network, and then you can see I'm connected, and then I'm going to get another notification again from MetaMask to sign the transaction. I said this as well in my first video. I'm going to say this basically in every video that I do. Be careful about the things that you sign. Make sure that the links that you are using are the official links from Aethir. There are a huge amount of scammers trying to scam people around and going to end up stealing a lot of money from people. So just make sure that you know what you're doing. You click on things only on the official side so that you don't get scammed. So yeah, I know that I'm on the right side. So app.aethir.com. Be careful about the spelling, right? Make sure that you're at the right place. And then I'm just going to click on sign. So when I'm on sign, this is how the dashboard looks. Basically, you see how much V8 token you've had in the last period, total accrued, total claimable, total withdrawal, and stuff like that. Now, when you go under license, so currently, unfortunately, I could get only one license. I mean, I couldn't get any of the license in the first years. So my license was a bit expensive. So due to that, I could only get one license. What this means is that for every tutorial that I'm going to do, I would have to delegate on delegates. So here, for instance, you see my license that I have. Currently, it's delegated to one network that I did. So I tested this on the Windows like I uploaded yesterday, and this is why this is delegated. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to undelegate this. I'm going to confirm this, and then you see that my my license is free. So that's where you're going to have when everything is fine. If you have the testnet NFT and you come on the licenses, you should see your license ID, and then if you haven't delegated this, you should see this as free. So once we do the back end from the Linux, and you can just come here, click on delegate, put in the burner wallet address, and then you would basically have delegated your license. Now, I think you had a good break, right? So now let's go back into Linux. So I'm going to open my Linux font. So I still have this opened. And here I'm going to go to the tutorial that this guy provided here. I think this is very good. So thanks again for providing this. And what we would have to do first is to download the software from the terminal. So this with the software that you need to do, and just click on copy, and then this is going to copy this. Now there is one thing that I wanted to highlight. I think he also highlighted this, that please note that the address and the version might change or disappear if, for instance, Aethir changes the link to the address. But so long as this doesn't change, you can use this command line. I want to show you shortly how you can correct this if the address changes, for instance. To do this, I'm going to go to the app.aethir.com. So I'm just going to click here. I'm going to copy this, right? I'm going to go to Notepad, just for you to be able to troubleshoot if you get some problem with this command. So for instance, should this address change, come to the dashboard, right? Click on download checkout clients, CLI for Windows, right click on this, and then choose copy link address. And then when you come here and then you paste in the link address that you copied, you basically see that this command is getting the software from this URL. So should this URL change, you can just go to the dashboard page, copy the new URL, and just paste it here, and you should be good to go. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go to my terminal. I'm going to try to get these two screens on the left and the right so that's a bit easy for you to follow. I hope this works. Just give me a minute. Go to the right, terminal, go to the left. Perfect. So just click on copy, click on your PowerShell, right click. So you see that it pastes the command that so right click on the keyboard, so right click on the mouse in the PowerShell, basically paste anything that you have in the PowerShell. So here I'm going to press on enter, and then the installation, the downloading of the software has begun. So you see that the DigitalOcean network is very fast. The installation is already done. So what we're going to do, we're going to scroll down here, and then we're going to unzip the tar or .tar file that we just downloaded. So here, just click on copy, then come here, right click on paste, and then press enter. And then the file that we downloaded has been extracted. So now we're going to have to install this. So first we're going to install the screen like it says here. Click here, come here, right click, paste, and then this should install the screen. So when it's working, just leave it to do this thing. When it's done, you always come back to the command root at Ubuntu server name, right? So if you see this interface, then it means that whatever that you did is ready. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to come here and create a screen by clicking this to copy this, come back here, right click, and then paste this, and then it basically clears the screen and you have a new screen. And then we're going to change the folder. We're going to change to the folder that we downloaded or that we installed this on. So I'm going to click on this. So cd just means change directory. I'm going to come here, right click, and then we're going to press enter. And then you see that initially we had root at Ubuntu, blah, 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 ended. And now you see that we have the same syntax, but with another folder attached. And this is exactly the folder that we just opened, right? So now we are here, and then now we're going to run the command to install this. I'm going to right click, and then I'm just going to press on enter. And then now here you see that it's telling us to accept. So please accept the terms and service before continuing. Press Y to continue, N to exit, V to read the terms of service. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to press Z, and then for some reason, oh sorry, I made a mistake. I should have put in Y, right? I'm so sorry. If you do this, please do this correctly. So now I put in Y. So I'm in Germany. So in Germany, our Y and the Z are different places. So they basically are the same place, but change depending on whether you're using a German keyboard or whether you're using an English keyboard, and this confuses me every time. So currently you see that we have accepted the terms and conditions. Basically we see the same screen that the guy also posted here. What we're going to do, we accepted the terms and conditions, and now we're going to create the wallet. So at this point, it's the same instruction that you also see here, right? Sorry, I lost this. I can open this again so that we can see this exactly. So from this point, it's the same instruction that we have here. So basically that this blog post fills everything up to this section, right? So I'm going to create a wallet. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to come here, right click. We're going to create a wallet. And then what is very important is that make sure that you copy. So to connect the license from the Aethir portal to this checker node, we're going to use what is called this burner address, right? So this burner address is going to be this public key that we have. So just come here, right, highlight this, right click. Oops, it doesn't work. I'm going to highlight this and just press Command C or Control C, and then I'm going to open Notepad. So just type Notepad, click on type Notepad, right, and then paste in this wallet address, right? You could also copy the private key, but we wouldn't need this now. So just so that you don't get confused, I'm going to click on format and wrap format. So I'm going to type this as private key, and I'm going to type, you see that the Y and the Z keeps pissing me off. And then here I'm going to type public key. So this public key is also what is called the burner address, right? So now you see that we have created a wallet. So it tells us to keep this in a safe space. And then we're going to go to the Aethir portal, the owner portal, and we're going to delegate our license to this checker node. So basically just come back here. I'm going to go back to my portal. I think I opened this here. I'm going to refresh this to make sure that everything is working. So you see that I'm back on my license. So if you open it, brings you to dashboard. Just come back to license and then click on delegate. So I'm going to click on delegate, and then I'm going to go to my notepad, and I'm going to copy this public key that I created. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paste this in, and you're going to click on delegate. And then MetaMask is going to ask me to confirm the transaction. So here I'm going to click confirm. So we also saw that a lot of people were complaining that it happens sometimes that the gas fee was way more than what the transaction was. I mean, just wait, try this again, and then if the gas fees are fine, you should be fine. So here everything looks green, so I'm going to click on confirm. So I got a notification that the transaction failed. I'm just going to repeat this again. So it's good that this happens so that you also see, so that some people also see how the issues that we also face, so that you can see how to solve this. I'm just going to try this again. It's going to open again, and here you see the exact problem that I said. So it says that we are not able to estimate gas fees, blah blah blah. So basically this is not going to take place. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wait a few minutes and I'm going to try this again. So I'm going to try this again, click on delegate. I'm going to paste in the wallet address, click on delegate, and then I'm going to see if I'm going to be lucky with a transaction. So here it looks green. I'm going to click this very quickly, and then hopefully, hooray. So this time around we're lucky, the transaction has been confirmed. So if I reload this, you should see that everything is fine. We have a delegate, so this is delegated. If you click on undelegate, it's going to reverse the action, and then here you see that the delegate status is pending. So what we're going to do, I'm going to minimize this, and then we're going to continue. So we're going to see here, you should now see that you would have this pending. So I'm going to go to the terminal, I'm going to copy this command here, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to press enter. So you see that now we have license ID status, right? And this is pending. So what we would have to do is to accept the delegation. Now this was not covered here, but if you have, so for instance, if you have multiple licenses that you are running, and then you would like to approve this individually, what you would have to put in the command is Aethir license approve, and then you're going to put in your license ID. But for the sake of this tutorial, I just have one license. Like I said, I'm just going to approve all the transaction. I'm going to come here, right click, and then I'm just going to press the enter, and then this should approve this. So you can see here it says license operation approved successful. So I'm going to go quickly to the dashboard, and I should see that the status should change from pending. So here I'm just going to right click, I'm going to reload this page, and then you can see that congratulations guys, our status is delegated. So everything that we worked on here was successful. So what does this say in the final stage? And you can check the status of your node by just clicking list working. I'm going to enter this, and then you can see that the status shows that it's running. So that means that everything that we've done from the VPS server end is done, and we did a very good job. I hope you were able to set up your node here. So what I'm going to put here, I'm just going to put, so it says that before exiting the terminal, please put on the following command to minimize the screen. So what I'm not sure of is if I have to copy this, I'm going to come here, I'm going to right click on this. I don't know if that's what is going to work. Invalid input. So forgive me guys, I'm also a novice with Linux. I believe that what it means is just put in the, so just type Control or delete, so Control AD on your keyboard. So I'm just going to come here, Control AD, and then this has minimized this, and then this should be working in the background. So what I'm going to do now, I think we are done in terms of setting up this aspect here. I'm just going to go back to my license. I think I really like this page. It's quite interactive, right? I mean, be honest. So you can see that we are still in a delegated status. Everything is running. If you would like to undelegate your license, probably you want to move it to a different PC or something, just come to the portal, click on undelegate, and then the interface or the license would be disconnected with the current checkout node. And if you made this through this video, congratulations and on setting up your node on the VPS server. I think so the advantages of the VPS server in contrast to running this at home. So in my case, for instance, I have several pieces or several devices running on my home network, which could be an additional burden if I have so many devices on it. But to be honest, the Aethir checkout node takes so little resources that I do not expect it to change or to affect your internet connectivity. But however, if you would like to, if you have, for instance, problems with your internet connectivity, if you do not have a dedicated PC that you would be using for your Aethir checkout node, I think the VPS option is not a bad idea. In the sense that you pay €6 a month or $6 a month, and then they take care of it for you. So I think there's a good option. If you would like to do this, just go for it. I think I'm also going to end up running mine also in a VPS server. What I also have in the background that I'm working on is technically to see if this would run on a Raspberry Pi. So I've been following the thread on the Raspberry Pi on the Discord server. I'll try this out if it works. So in my case, I'm really going to use a Raspberry Pi 5 because my Raspberry Pi 4 has little resources for this. If this works and if the Aethir team endorses the approach, I think this would also be a good approach that we can also use, in the sense that the Raspberry Pi takes so little energy in comparison to running this on a PC tower or a mini PC. So this could be a very good option. If this works, if I get an endorsement from the Aethir team, I'm going to put this tutorial out as well so that you can also do this. Thanks again for watching this video. If you have any questions, please put this in the comment section. I would highly recommend, I'm going to show the Discord community here, that you join the Aethir Discord community. There's a ton of resources here, guys. People are having so many problems. You can just check for the problem and you just put it in the search bar, and most of the time people have asked the same question and you can find out how they did it, right? So go to the community, join the community, ask your questions there. The mods are very helpful. The people over there are also very helpful. If people have had these problems, they can also help you in solving this. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'm going to post up so many videos with respect to the Aethir and also the entire DPing space as a whole, and I'm very happy if you can subscribe and follow up on everything that I'll be uploading. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one. Bye.